a choice. No, listen, so let me say this. I do agree. It's a choice. I completely agree. Because some people would choose to die. I would be one of those people. Say, fuck y'all. Y'all not doing this to me. I'd rather take death than take dishonor, right?
No. The other choice is not to die,
no, it isn't. How you gonna say that? If they're gonna take you and hang you in a goddamn tree, how do you have it? If they're gonna beat you?
Because
I was just watching this stuff where they did not give black boys pants until
that's what I'm saying. That can be made up because we taught them how to wear pants. So we
right, but you took it off. No, I was watching. As a matter of fact, I watched this yesterday. Because they were talking about how, what they were giving them, what they were covering them with, and how they were how they emasculate them and how they walking around in a certain way, how they even played with those little boys back then.
You talking about slaves?
Yes.
But it wasn't just black people slaves.
Bruh.
It was all type of slaves.
Let me say this. We're talking about the black slaves that came over here, that was brought over here, that was dragged over here. We're not talking about the indentured slave that came over here and was paid to do certain work.
No.
And I want y'all to learn y'all history when y'all come talk to me, because I stay in this shit.
Okay, everybody was like, every race had their own like slaves, and every race also been slave masters. Like, it wasn't just black people over here just slaves and
but Bitcoin,
white people was the master.
We're talking about, we're talking about the reality. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you.
No, that's what they give us.
I'm not going to come here and try to convince you of what is real. I'm not going to convince you of what we know. Like, come on. These black people have been brought over here. They've been beaten, raped, hung, and some more stuff. Yes, there was a choice. They could just die. Or the ones that fight back. And they could do that. Like, let's not do that. Like, I can't even.
All people of that caliber like that. Not just black. They just show you the black
why
people.
Why do you think there's all these upheavals in civil rights, in fighting for justice for black people and minority? The things that they've done to other places is fighting. What are we talking about?
Because they gave up everything they had, so they fought to get from somebody else. Like, we had our own black schools, our own black
and they burnt it down.
No,
are you fucking kidding me?
Those was just 1-2 that they talk about.
Just 1-2 that they seriously.
Yeah,
seriously, Bitcoin. You are completely brainwashed. You are.
No, Benjamin
was
a nerd. He was a millionaire. He was going against what's his name? Du Bois. He went against Du Bois. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was preaching for assistance while Benjamin was telling him, you ain't got to do that. Man, do it yourself, man. Do this yourself. Man, I'm a millionaire. I came from slavery, and I moved to New York as a millionaire. This dude telling you get assistance, never been in slavery.
It doesn't matter. He's been enslaved. That's the whole fucking point. The guy who said he was a slave, he came from slavery.
And he came up from nothing.
And guess what? He was enslaved. It doesn't fucking matter. He was enslaved. You should not have been enslaved.
So that shows the world.
The fact that you were enslaved, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not going to argue that, yes, we do make choices. We can make choices. But in the time when you make a choice, some people are going to choose life over death. Some people are going to choose life over death.
And that shows God who wanted more. Life or death. If you're going to choose death, that means you got God on your side. Ain't nobody going to back you down because you ain't showing no fear.
That's how I would fucking be. God's going to have to come save me out of this because I'm not going to be beaten, raped, do all this stuff by no motherfucking person.
So this book I got, what I just said, it's in their book, Secret Societies of America. When they made God up in the religion of Christianity, they said preach this to black people because the ones that are not going to fight back are going to believe in our God, and they're going to think that God is going to come save them versus the Turner boy, he gonna fight back and be a king in his nation, and we don't want to write about him and all the successful niggas that was with him and 100,000 niggas that was with him fighting back. We only gonna write about him, but all the ones that was scared, write about all them niggas.
And I think you're missing the point. I know there's the Nat Turners of the world. I know that there's some. Listen, if it wasn't for some of these Africans, especially, and y'all know I'm from South America. Even wasn't for an African man that stood up and fought for our independence, which we gained very late from England. It took an African slave to fight. I get that. But the thing is, the fact that they were even enslaved in the first place as not treated as human as everyone else, there's the fucking problem. Well, so after all this oppression, after all this suppression, after all this foot on the necks by the people who are suppressing, you're going to say that, oh, if that person OD'd on fucking drugs, then let them die? It's not their fault for the most part.
Then you have to blame the creator for that, because even all the guys in the beginning had slaves. So you have to blame the guys for creating slavery, because they had slaves. Even God prayed to today. He had slaves, and he preached about that. A person that has so much sleep in the day, poverty will sneak up on you like thief in the night. I mean, he even says it. He says, stop being scared of everything. If you want to come up to my kingdom, you better fight. Or you can join the other side, what Harriet Tubman read out in the book on her movie, obey your slave master before you obey God. So which one is you going to decide on? That's just all he asking, because he even had slaves. The weak ones were slaves. The ones that didn't want to come first were slaves. And he had 12 disciples, niggas that was going to run with him forever. But they end up turning too. It's just the point of life. It's just... They had slaves since the beginning. It ain't white people. Shit, they were slaves too. Yeah, and when I tell them that, they humble down. Like, but when you tell a white person, oh, y'all owe us for the depression that y'all gave us, that make them feel superior. I ain't gonna make them feel superior. Nigga, you was a slave too, nigga. Matter of fact, my niggas used to trade salt for your motherfucking ass. Nigga, Mansa Musa, he traveled from Timbuktu all the way over here to Africa too. When it was St. Alexis, nigga, all y'all niggas had to bow down. Y'all niggas couldn't even bathe. They feel so low because they gotta look that up, because they don't preach that to us. But when we preach what they preach, we feel low. They can't make me feel low. I used to feel low. I ain't gonna lie. Like they did something to me or they owed me. And then I read Bob Johnson book, Robert Johnson, the first black billionaire supposedly in America, which he's not, but he motivated me. My bad, y'all. This motherfucking bracket out. I need me a drill. Even with crypto, I make white people feel so low today. Like, I don't understand what they be talking about, because in crypto, everybody got the equal chance. Like, I just had a white person get some money. They didn't even know about crypto. They were just asking what to buy 4 days ago, last week, say. I told them buy Gecko HQ, man. That's for all the reptilians. Now, if you want to know what a reptilian is, reptilian people have a coin called Gecko HQ for all the elites, politician reptilians. They got a group called Gecko. And Gecko had a coin that went up 1,000% just this week. They coin for the people in their group. Shit, if you was with them, you got paid off of them. Them fucking reptilians. I only know what they are because I'm in an organization. Y'all out?